President Bush also recess-appointed former ABC News producer Dorrance Smith to be Assistant Secretary of Defense for Public Affairs. Lawrence DeRita had been filling that role since Victoria Clark left the post in June of 2003. The general who leads all Air and National Guard members in Alaska says up till November it was the largest deployment since World War II, but not anymore. Now it's the largest in history. Who are these men and women, and who watches after their families back home in Anchorage? Ensign Jim McClure has the answer.
It's real people from real towns in Alaska and familiar neighborhoods in Anchorage. Curtis Watson Jr. is one of them. His mom is Sergeant First Class Diane Watson, and she welcomed Curtis home Monday night for a 2-week break from Iraq duty.
The family programs actually put on a class and kind of educate us all to what's to be expected or how to prepare for the actual deployment. They actually put a lot of time and energy in that, and not to mention the fact that they continually send emails.
Tanya Viglione just got married May 28th. Being married to a deployed guardsman on the tip of the sword is a two-edged sword compared to active duty Army spouses.
You're not on base with everybody that's active duty, but I think it's a plus because this is our home, and this is where we are going to retire and be buried and all that good stuff. And so you have more of a family support, I think, because a lot of us have our families here with us.
The top guardsman in Alaska just spent 4 days in Iraq checking on his soldiers and airmen in harm's way. Major General Craig Campbell says they are doing just fine with no fatalities thanks to good training.
I believe, from talking to soldiers and their families, the ones that have the most stress is not the soldier, it's the family.
It's hard to believe that when it's 20 degrees and snowing in Anchorage, that it wasn't all that long ago that many National Guardsmen from Alaska were in 120 degrees in Iraq.
The National Guard are your neighbors. It's the boy and the girl in the neighborhood that you saw grow up. It's your friend. It's not just a soldier from somewhere that's gone off to fight a war for you.
Hi, ma'am.
State Family Program Director Jan Meyer sees to the families of those boys and girls, and she should know, as an Air National Guard Senior Master Sergeant herself, her husband is overseas too. The programs are on paper and in full practice for Anchorage wartime families.
We're here to help the families and the soldiers and the airmen, and we want them to know that they can call with whatever their question is, and we'll take care of them.
In the snows and winter of Alaska, or in the sands and heat of the Iraq desert, the National Guardsmen of the Air and Army National Guard in Alaska are ready to serve their duty in country. Ensign Jim McClure reporting for Around the Services.
And there's still much more here on Around the Services. A bit later on, we'll head to San Antonio, Texas for a preview of this Saturday's All-American Bowl. But first...
Coming up next, find out how local organizations have teamed up with Fisher House to support military families.